Sahar. I'm a quality coach, but my title is not quality coach. My title is quality engineer. I'm working in Atlassian. I started my career as a developer, but it didn't take a while for me to understand that I am not a person who can devote herself 100% being a technical. I'm really interested in the business side of IT. So for a while, I had kind of hybrid type of position. I was working I was jack of all trades, PA, PM, QA, dev. But after that, officially, I started my career as a tester. I was automation tester. I was writing a Selenium test. But since I came to Australia, I got introduced to quality assistant model as I joined Answeradom. It was awesome. It was great experience. It was a bit fuzzy at the beginning, but I really love that. I really love this model because I was seeing lots of flaws in the old-fashioned model, but I felt that this model is working better for me. Because of that, today we are going to talk about quality coaching. So the agenda is this: what is quality? Who is a coach? Who is a quality coach? What are the quality coach's responsibilities? And how quality coach can attribute themselves in a team? I hope by the end of this session, we all have a common understanding of a quality coach's role. You've noticed we keep repeating two words, quality and coach. Isn't it better to slow down and make ourselves familiar with these two words first? Because both of them, I think, are kind of buzzwords. A few weeks ago, I started thinking about the definition of quality. I was thinking if others' understanding of quality is same as mine. The trigger of this question in my mind was a conversation that I had with one of our product managers. I felt why we are not coming on the same ground, even if we both are deeply willing to collaborate with each other. We want to come up with the best outcome, but why it is that hard? I was wondering maybe the reason is that we are not speaking in the same language. Maybe we have different understanding of this abstract word which is called quality. Quality is a subjective concept and everyone has his or her definition. I decided to ask this question from my community and team members. I sent out this simple question: what is your definition of quality? The amount of replies and eagerness to collaborate was stunning. Even one of my colleagues, she asked me to create a ticket for her so she has enough time, she can allocate enough time to properly think through this. So this is a small subset of the replies I received. After reviewing all of these, I found a pattern. I saw that I can categorize these definitions in 4 main groups. These 4 main groups are this: customer focus, non-functional requirements, tech focus, and some overall ones. So in customer focus, there were lots of definitions. People were referring to make customer happy, gain users' trust, and address customers' problem. In terms of non-functional requirement, I received lots of ideas about reliability, maintainability, performance, security, accessibility. And there were really a specific tech focus on quality definitions, such as quality means that code should be readable and maintainable. We need to have a good test coverage and no tech debt. And there were some, and actually this is the answer of Google. This is the overall definition. So definitely I didn't send any message to Jerry Weinberg, but when you Google, you can see there's this famous quote that quality is value to some person. What James Buck and Michael Bolton did, they added that who matters at the end. So value to some person who matters. And or Anne Marie, she added another part at the end of that, and it is value to some person who matters at some point in time. Seeing all these different definitions won't surprise me that people can't understand each other when they talk about quality, as each person is referring to his or her own subset of quality's definition. It is not easy working in a field which has a subjective and abstract title. Analyzing all these inputs, finally, I came up with my own definition. Quality simply is meeting expectation. For example, if you'd like to spend 5 hours a day watching TV while having chips and sweets, you are having a quality life because you are meeting your own expectation. If this is what you want from your life and you are enjoying it, you can see yourself in a good quality lifestyle. But if the expectation is different and you want to keep fit and stay at your ideal shape, you need to sacrifice a lot. But that point, if that thing is making you happy because you are meeting your vision and your goal, it means that your life has a kind of quality standard. Because in that case, having a healthy diet, routine exercise, and keeping fit for you defined as quality of life. This can be applied to the software as well. Quality doesn't mean being perfect. This is the fine line that raises some conflict between QAs and product managers. Lots of PMs, in a simple word, are avoiding to involve QAs because they think we want to push for a high quality or perfect product. Because what most of them is being lean. Their priority is getting something out which is usable. The lean concept of build, measure, and learn, that loop is what usually they refer to. As a QA, I should say that this is totally fine to me. It doesn't differ with quality. One of the PMs actually, she told me that quality is not her priority, as she cares about a minimum level of quality. She said she likes to create and validate before she cares about performance and quality. I'm sure she cares about quality, but in her own definition, which is addressing customers' problem. This is great. If we set our quality bar at the level and achieve it, we can call our product in a good shape of quality, I think. So all is about meeting expectation. So if we both, it means that QAs and PMs come on the same page and make it clear that we as a QAs are here to assist you to achieve your expectations. We can collaborate far better and easier with them and ultimately prevent lots of conflicts and issues. So where we are setting these expectations, you know that we can divide the software creation process to two main divisions, discovery and delivery. When it comes down to quality, most of the people are thinking about the quality assurance model and testers who were the gatekeeper at the end of the delivery phase. But we said quality is meeting expectation. And expectations are set at discovery phase. So isn't it more reasonable to start thinking about quality at that discovery phase? You see, there is a big gap or friction between discovery and delivery in terms of quality. So what is the suggestion? It is not a big surprise. Shift quality to the left. I remember about 3 years ago, when for the first time I heard this sentence that shifts quality to left, I asked, what is left? How far we should go to the left? Now my understanding of left is this place. So as soon as we start thinking about making a product, and why? Just to keep myself always on track, I like to keep asking that famous why from myself to make sure that I'm not drifting to the wrong direction. So at this stage, I'm asking why you want to shift to the left. Because prevention is better. Obvious. I think no one gonna argue us, or there's no doubt that prevention is better than cure. Wash your hands, you won't get corona. And how we are going to prevent issue? Yes, through involving everyone. Teamwork always works better. Saying quality is everyone's responsibility can help us to shift quality to the left and meet our expectation better, which ultimately helps us to get to the better quality level. So where we want to go, which model or manifesto is going to assist us through this journey? Quality assistant model. Because in quality assistant model, we are focusing on prevention, while quality assurance model concentrate on detection. In quality assistant model, we are saying quality is everyone's responsibility, while in quality assurance model, testers are mainly responsible. And also in quality assistant model, we learn that it is better to start from left, which is the discovery phase, while quality assurance is focusing on delivery phase. We raised some new ideas here, so we need somebody to drive this. Quality assistant model is saying that a coach is a good candidate. But wait a second. Why a coach? Who is a coach? This coaching is another buzzword, another abstract word that we need to put under a magnifier. Often, these four titles get compared with each other: consultant, teacher, mentor, coach. Let's see the similarities and differences. As a consultant or teacher or mentor, you are the expert. I know. You can argue it about the mentor. Mentor maybe is not specifically the expert, but they are saying that, hey, come on, I've been there. I know how it feels. So I will get you through this. So they already experienced it. But for teaching and consulting, I think there is no doubt that they are expert in content and they can help people to learn. They are pushing a skill and knowledge to people's brain. I really like this demonstration with double-side arrow. As you see, coaches are pulling a skill and knowledge out of the people's brain. On the other side, teachers and mentors and consultants, they are pushing it. It is the easiest way for me to tell them apart. Coaches are not content experts, they are context experts. And they extract knowledge by asking questions. In general, a good coach is the one who helps people to be the best version of themselves. Coach is the context expert, as I said. I know I'm getting a bit philosophical and analyzing each word, but believe me, this is I learned after my quality coaching experience. First step of getting successful in your role is understanding your role and title and how position yourself in team. Getting back to this difference of content and context, I found that cool illustration that context is like a glass and content is like the water that you pour in the glass. As a coach, you need to understand context. And what does it mean? It means instead of being the content expert, you are the space or facilitator of the activity. The person and the team you are coaching has the knowledge and wisdom as they have the content. Your job is extracting that knowledge and giving them the space to flourish. We are experts at questioning and make people to think to find the answer by themselves, as I said, because they are the one who have the content. The model a coach is introducing is curiosity and assisting people to look through different angles, or can say kind of get out of their comfort zone. Coach help people to trust themselves and tap into their own wisdom. This is the way that coach can set up the mindset and change the culture. We all heard a lot that knowledge is power. But here is another side to this. To me, learning is power. You, as a coach, want to make people powerful by giving them the courage and curiosity of learning new things and get the skill of questioning. Give them the skill of questioning. Knowledge is yesterday and learning is tomorrow. So, why a coach? Now I hope we are all on the same page and we know who is a coach. So let's talk about why we need a coach in our quality journey. Because a coach shows people why they need to accept a new mindset. Changing mindset is a coach's job. I'm not making it from myself. You can read more about that in lean.org site. They are talking a lot about this, that coach's job is changing people's mindset. All in all, coaches challenging the coachee and they push them out of their comfort zone. Meanwhile, they stay with them to nurture them and give them the courage to change. So now I think we get to the stage that we can marry these two words, putting quality and coach next to each other. So what is quality coach's responsibility? Setting up the quality mindset, quality culture, and quality process. Have we talked about testing as part of the quality coach responsibility? You can see there is nothing referring to testing. Yes, quality is not testing. Testing is a small tool that can help us achieve quality. Testing to me is only one tool. Quality is far bigger than testing. I found it quite interesting to help people understand that testing and quality are different, and QA coach is not a tester. This is another fun challenge of this role. So here we said quality coach's job is around setting up mindset, culture, and process. Let's understand these three words. You've seen tonight that I got a bit fussy about words. So I really like us to really understand. I really want us to have the same language when we are talking. So let's see what is mindset, what is culture, and what is process. What is mindset? Most of these definitions are from Wikipedia, and I kind of rephrase them in my own language. So mindset to me, mindset is a way of thinking. Your mindset shapes your thought and your habits. Your mindset impacts how you feel about the world. Also, your mindset helps you to understand attitude and beliefs. In general, we can say mindset is the way of thinking that shapes our thought, habits, and our perception from the world. Now let's see what is culture. In the nutshell, when everyone in a society believe in the same mindset, it is called culture. When they don't need to explain their mindset for each other because they all believe in the same mindset, we can say that they have the same culture. And what is the process? A process is a set of activities that interact to produce a result. Now put a quality next to each of these three words and see that what does it mean in our quality land? Quality mindset. Shift quality to the left. Quality is everyone's responsibility. Prevention over detection. So these are our manifesto, our vision. This is our quality mindset. What is quality culture? If we get to the level that everyone in team believes in these principles or visions, it means that we've been successful to set up the culture. And what is quality process? All the activities, practices, and interactions needed to achieve that ultimate vision. Today, I'm not going to talk about those practices because it would be another lengthy session and another presentation. So we came that far to understand the theory. We know enough about the quality coach. Now it is the time to position quality coach in a team. Quality coach definitely needs support. Without their management support, they will get pushed to the corner and get isolated. If you are a quality coach and you are not given the authority to drive the process, or your manager is not supporting you through the setting up the mindset and culture, you are not definitely set up for success. If you end up in a situation like this, don't blame yourself. Don't think that no one cares or pays attention to your idea. Try to get your manager's buy-in first. Recently, I read a good article that Anne-Marie published about coaching upward. It was really interesting. If you end up in a position that your manager is not supportive, you need to gain that manager's support. And that article is suggesting you some of the skills that you need to coach upward to get your manager's buy-in and support. Otherwise, whatever you do in terms of setting up a quality mindset in the team won't get anywhere. I hope still you all are awake. It is a story time. I know everyone loves stories. I want to tell you a story about a team formation, and how our QA coach is working in this team. Let's get to know our first actor, Jessie. Jessie is a team lead. She's sick of broken processes, bugs in production, and not having a bigger picture of what is happening in her organization is getting really annoying for her. Luckily, she's a leader with growth mindset. She has experienced the old-fashioned model of quality assurance and hasn't found any remedy to the issues. She has heard about quality assistant model and she's open to try. Now meet rest of our team. Maddie is a Scrum Master. Ben is a UX designer. John is a fabulous QA coach. Helen is a developer, and Sarah is our PM. Let's get to know John. John has a quality mindset. He questions everything. He won't be happy if he cannot understand all the 5 whys. He puts himself in the customer's shoes and sympathizes with them. John needs a bigger picture to connect dots. Let's see how he's going to work with his team. John's involvement with PM and designers. This is some taste of quality coach involvement at discovery phase. This is our story. Ben and Sarah are thinking and planning for the new feature. They've had lots of meetings. They spend lots of time researching and planning. They are involved in details, and there is a possibility that something fallen through the cracks. So how we can help them? John can assist Ben and Sarah to get the helicopter view and do not miss details. How John can help them? John doesn't need to be in all the initial meetings. Why I put this here? Because usually when I'm asking my managers or QA or PMs and designers to involve me in discovery phase, they keep saying that there are lots of meetings. If you join all of them, you won't get a time to do your own job. Always I'm saying that I don't need to be in your initial meetings. Do your job, but involve me when when you have your kind of formed ideas. So John is the same. So he needs to know the new feature and change and the customer impact. He needs to go through this design. He needs to know the other teams which are involved in this new feature or change in order to collaborate with their quality engineers. He needs to play the role of customer advocate and understand customers' pain point. What value he can add? This is the question that always I was asking myself when I landed in my first quality coach role. That what value I can add to my team? A quality coach who has been working closely with a product manager and designer can come up with a quality vision, which is a why, strategy, which is how, far easier. So he can assist the team far better than a QA who has limited understanding of the product. Now, why we are emphasizing on QA's involvement at this stage? What is the impact of missing something at this phase? Because it would be too expensive to recover. Problem can cascade to the lower phase of software delivery lifecycle, which cause less quality in the product. So what is the impact of shifting quality to the left on the customer success? It can add clarity to the vision of a product, improve the quality of the process, which ultimately will help to deliver better outcome. Now, we want to see that how John can work with PM and Scrum Master. Now they've passed the discovery phase. They want to put ticket on a board. Maddie is our Scrum Master. She has meeting with Sarah. They are talking about the upcoming sprint and new project. Maddie creates Epic in backlog. And at the sprint planning, all the team get together and they face this new feature. Do you think that 1 hour is enough to flesh out all the details and understand what team is going to deliver in the next sprint? Or we can help Maddie and Sarah to flesh out ticket and have a smooth sprint. John can assist Maddie and Sarah to get that helicopter view and do not miss details. How he can help? We need to have a definition of done for ticket before they land on the sprint. So Maddie works with the feature lead and John to flesh out ticket. John enters here. So he's using his design, his knowledge that he in the previous phase during the discovery phase to help the team to flesh out tickets easier. John is going to have a session like QA kickoff with Maddie to make sure that tickets are ready for the grooming session. During this session, then team just need to story point them. They don't need to waste lots of time. So what value John is adding? Working closely with PM and Scrum Master and designer before that, John can put himself in the developer's shoes and make sure that tickets are ready for the sprint. And the impact of missing something at preparing the sprint phase, developers will get incomplete ticket, which cause confusion. Developers may end up assuming rather than meeting the precise requirements. And the impact of shifting quality to the left at this stage on customer success is that team starts a sprint more confident and clear. It can help them to be focused and more accurate, which ultimately can help team to deliver a better outcome. And now we are at the delivery phase. How our QA coach is going to work with developer. A sprint started, Helen, our developer, she picks a ticket. She heard about just a few days ago about this new task. Ticket looks simple. She thought that she's ready to start working. After some time, she gets frustrated due to lots of unknowns. There is a lot missing in acceptance criteria. She has to run around, find Sarah and Ben to help her understand the ticket and how we can help her. How we can prevent this frustration and assist her to have an efficient and smooth experience. John can assist Helen to get that helicopter view and do not miss details. How he can help? John has been working with Sarah, Maddie, Ben. He had time to digest requirement and get exposed to the new feature change. He can assist Helen to think about the risk and edge cases. John knows requirement very well, so he can unblock Helen and answer her questions without putting too much on Sarah's shoulder. What value John is adding? Less incident and bugs in production, less rework. And the impact of missing something at development phase, definitely bug in production and not fulfilling the expectations. Impact of shifting quality to the left on customer success. Developers will receive better prepared tickets, less scope creep, which at the end will help developer to deliver a better outcome. Now we know how John can help team. Again, how we can reassure that John can be successful. Definitely he needs Jesse, the manager, support. Without manager support, it's a nightmare because you can't change mindset and culture in a team all by yourself. To wrap up, I think now we kind of have a better picture of quality, coaching, who is a quality coach, how a quality coach can help team, and how a quality coach can attribute themselves in a team. Thank you for listening to me. Are you awake?
Thank you, Sahar. That was great to listen to your perspective. And we have a couple of questions here already, but which we'll start and go through. I'm just looking now here to see if I can find. So we have one from Hannah. So shifting quality to left makes other groups provide requirements of quality tests sooner for us, which they deny. How can we deal with this problem? So, are you happy to answer that, or would you like Hannah to expand on
I
that?
didn't understand properly. Sorry. Can you?
Hannah, are you still there? Maybe you could expand a bit on that.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi,
Have you got my voice? Hi.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, Sahar. Thank you very much from you too. The problem is when we shift the quality to the left. Of course, we should, for example, code review at the first state of whenever the developers are coding, whenever they are they design something, we should start some initial testing. So we need some requirements to understand what they are doing. Some, for example, documents, some, for example, release. They deny to deliver these things to us at very soon. I'm talking about the culture. How we can deal with the culture? Is it clear or not?
Yes, it is really clear.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
No worries. As a coach, I said that we are not responsible for doing all these things by ourselves. We are here to help them to do all these activities by themselves. We don't need to do code review for them. We want to give them that quality mindset to be able to do code review. For example, I didn't talk about quality practices. I have some slide I can share, but usually we are saying that some best practices that we have in this quality assistant model which can help are kickoff, QA, root cause analysis, and all these things. So these are the tools that we are offering to teams, and we are working with them to set that quality mindset. Writing acceptance criteria or doing code review or writing tests. None of these things is a quality coach's responsibility. We are saying that we are here to assist team to do this by themselves. We are not separate from the rest of the team, saying that you give me some requirements, I'm going to write tests for you. No, developer is responsible for writing tests. We are not writing any automation tests because definitely they are far better than us in writing code. So why we want to get it out of them? Let them write their code, but give them quality mindset by thinking about edge cases, thinking about dependencies. I've seen that it is really hard for them to connect dots and coming with a big picture. They are usually they are really focused. They are really in detail. When I have QA kickoff or QA demo with my developers, I am the one who keeps asking questions and making them to think about all these things. I don't know answer of any of those questions, but I was telling that we are not content expert. We are context expert. We are pushing them to think. I don't know. Did I answer your question, or I just beat around the bush?
Of course, of course. Thank you very much, Sahar. Should we propose them the tools? Should we give them the list of tools in order they use it or not? They should research for it.
It depends on, yes, why not? Yes, you can propose some tools because one part of our role is monitoring and seeing that where are the gaps. And if you see there are some gaps and but maybe it is not 100% your responsibility to find the tool, you can say that there is a gap here. And I think that there are these ways of addressing it, or raise it with the team and ask team to get their ideas that how we can address this. So what we are doing, we are trying to highlight problems, bring problems on top, and ask everyone to think about that. If the tool that you are suggesting is addressing all that issue, is okay, they can go with your own tool. But maybe they have better ideas, so team can work better. A team can think better than only one individual person. What I'm saying is we are trying to say that quality is everyone's responsibility. So don't take everything on your own shoulder.
Thank you very much. I will be very thankful if you share that slide about the list of tools. Thank you very much. You just said you have a slide. You can share it.
It is not tools. Can I ask you, what do you mean by tools? By tools, I mean best practices, templates.
I'm exact tools. I mean something like Sonar Cube, something like you can use Selenium, you can use JMeter for your load test, these tools.
these are really different case by case in terms of the company that you are working in. For example, one company likes to use Selenium, one company likes to use Cypress test. You need to see what is the situation of your company. For example, one company is saying that yes, SonarQube is addressing my problem. Another one saying that I don't care that much about test coverage. It's a quality coach should observe and customize based on the situation of the team. I never dictate to anyone or any team that use this specific tool. It really depends on yes, their need. So what as a tool, what I was talking mainly, I was referring to some best practices, not tools.
Thank you very much. It was so much complete. Thank you.
No worries.
We might jump to the next question. What's your recommendation for a new hire? So when shall I start introducing quality coaching if I'm hired as a normal QA? And that is from Lily.
Okay, so the question is when you are hired as a quality coach or you are hired as a normal QA?
I think it says a normal QA. So you're hired as a normal QA. How can you transition then to the quality coach if you're a new QA? So maybe you want to change that culture or something.
Yeah, as I was saying that at first get your managers buy-in. It is really hard if you don't have your support, because it's like just banging your head toward the wall. Make sure that they are on the same page with you. Demonstrate your ideas about those 3 manifestos that I was talking about, and believe in by yourself. If because of that, this time I was going through each of these words and explaining them really in detail. When I started my career as a quality coach, I didn't know what is quality. I didn't know what is coach in detail. I had a kind of vague definition of quality coach. But when you get to know that, okay, who you are, what you need to do, what are the expectations of you, you can demonstrate it easier. So make yourself really familiar and make sure that you really like doing this kind of compatible with your personality. And then work with your manager, come up with setup practices which is working for, and observe the current situation. Usually what I'm doing when I join a team, for 1 month I'm doing nothing. I am talking with people, I'm watching that what they are doing, what is the current quality mindset that they have, and I try to find the gap. And then I write a long Confluence page explaining that, okay, what you are doing, where you are, and what are the flaws, which areas you are doing very well, and these are the gaps. And leave that open. You don't need to come up with all the suggestions. Leave it open and ask for feedbacks. People love giving their ideas, you know. When you go and tell people do this, do that, usually there is a pushback. But when you leave it open to people, they come up with lots of fabulous ideas. Then you can understand how to customize it based on that organization that you are in. Then break it to the small chunks. You cannot do everything at once. You cannot be everywhere. So then come up with kind of quality roadmap for yourself. It is the easiest way you can demonstrate that what you are thinking, what is your vision, where you want to take your team. And then it's exactly like a roadmap that usually we have for the teams that product manager are setting up. After putting that quality roadmap, gradually they can see that what you are doing, where you are going, how is your progress, what you are accountable for. This is what I'm doing, but it took me a while to understand that it is one of the good ways that can help.
Okay, we have one more question, and it's about regression testing. It's quite specific here. How is regression testing managed if releases take 3 months before live deployment, say for in the banking industry? So I guess maybe Rasha could explain a bit on that, but I'm thinking it's probably how can you help reduce that time frame of regression testing? I don't know. Is it, Rasha, are you still there? Or would you like? Is that what you mean?
Yeah. I'm very enlightened about the idea is that testing coach or quality coach and assistant does not get involved in the testing practices. They enlighten others involved to share their responsibilities, and that gave me a pose. If you have long releases, how would you able to fill in the risks or the gaps between your stream to manage the amount of regression that you want to track for a better quality? And then the standards of the banking industry is really high and sensitive when it comes to security, for example. Where does that sit?
Do you have DevOps team?
Yes, we do. We do in different environments, and everything is managed.
Okay, I think you need to work closely with your SREs and your DevOps because there is a problem at your CI/CD. I think if your tests are taking a long time, you need to gradually detect them and see that are actually first, are they adding any value? Because most of the time, historically, people are coming and adding some tests. It's really good to review lots of those tests and see that are they adding value. If you have lots of end-to-end tests, consider that testing a triangle and make sure that you are not wasting lots of time on end-to-end tests because they are really flaky. And if you want to have a daily release, definitely you need to decrease number of the end-to-end tests. For example, in Atlassian, in commerce.im, guess how many end-to-end tests we have? Just guess. Give me a number.
100?
19.
19. That's impressive.
Yes, because we have really intensive unit tests. Every granular thing is we have unit tests for that, and after that there is a good amount of contract tests. And if it comes to the integration test, you can mock up lots of and write component tests, so it can address lots of problems. When it comes on the tip of the testing, which is end-to-end test, you don't need that. Even for that 19 end-to-end tests that we have, people are nagging a lot that why we don't need them. So what are the things that I'm doing? I'm reviewing lots of those scenarios, and we are trying to break them down and see that how we can get rid of those end-to-end tests. So when you're talking about regression tests, I think you're talking about end-to-end tests and UI end-to-end tests, even not API. Most of them are UI end-to-end tests, and most of them are really flaky and heavy and hard to maintain. About 5 years ago in market, everyone was talking about Selenium tests, and people were thinking that if we have lots of Selenium tests, we are high quality, we are, fireproof. But nowadays, we are trying to decrease the number of all those end-to-end tests because it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare too. And if you want to have in commerce, we have twice a day release. We cannot afford. Or for example, I think Amazon has every 3 minutes or every 1 minute they have a release. If they want to rely on end-to-end tests, they cannot have that. So you need to review your whole CI/CD and see that how you can decrease the number of end-to-end tests.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we are actually out of time. There is one more question. Can we squeeze it in, Sahar? Or
Sure, go for it.
Okay. Well, for those of you who have to leave now, thank you very much. We have recorded the session and we will be posting it up on a link up, probably on the Meetup site. So watch out for that. So the final question here is, who comes up with a test case for unit tests and what should be unit tested? Ooh, that's in 30 seconds. Can you answer that question?
30 seconds, no pressure. Usually when I have a QA kickoff with developers, we talk about edge cases. So lots of those edge cases can be covered in unit tests, but developers are the people who are coming up with unit tests. It is not QA's responsibility because it is the content. They know content better than us. You just help them to think about all the edge cases, and then seeing the contents in the code, it's easier for them to think about unit tests. 30 seconds.
Wow, that's fantastic. Okay, I think we're going to wrap up here. Unless someone's got any more questions, I think we'll take that as the last question. We have actually posted our Slack channel where we have a quality coach meetup, quality coach channel there, which has existing quality coaches who are doing this on a day-to-day basis. So if you're interested in jumping into that, feel free to join that Slack channel. And I'm sure people will be willing to give you some support there. And Amrit is just posting a whole heap of things there, additional links that you might find useful for further reading. There's some great blog posts. There's the Quality Coach podcast, which interviews quality coaches from all around the world, inside quality, but also outside of quality, people in the product space and things like that. So, yes, so we'll wrap up now. Thank you so much for turning up, and we'll look forward to continuing the conversation. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
To be successful, definitely he needs